Hello and welcome back to Purustek Java tutorials. And in this session, we are going to cover the list interface. In the last session, we had covered about the set interface. So list and sets are pretty same kind of structure, except few differences are there. So let's try to cover all these methods which are defined in the list interface, and we'll go through Java program which is already using these methods in IntelliJ. So let's go to our IntelliJ. Here I have a list, array list. Okay, so there are basically two implementation of list interface. One is array list and one more is linked list. So this array list is based on the arrays and the linked list is based on nodes and the pointers. So first node will point to the next node and the next node will point to the next node. It is like this. Okay, now which one to use when? Let's say in your application you want to only add the elements and the iterate the elements, then you have to go and use the array list. Let's say in case if you want to do some manipulation like adding, removing frequently, then you have to use the linked list, because adding and removing is slower in array list, but in linked list it is faster. So what is the difference between the set and the list? Set contains, the set contains only the distinct elements, but in the list interface or your list classes, they can contain the duplicate elements also. And list is index based, whereas the set was not. Index based means you can retrieve the elements whatever you have put in your list by the index number. So it starts with 0. So here there is add method. I'm just calling on this reference variable dot add method. So what it will do in this particular empty array list, it will add Santosh and the next other elements too here. Now there is one more method that is called the size, which returns the number of elements in this particular list. So this one, how much it will return? It will return 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So total 8 elements are there. So this should return 8. Now you can print this particular array list by using the sysout.println and directly the plus concatenation operator. So this array list will be printed as defined in the .toString method in that array list. So let's try to run this up to here and see what happens. Okay, total number of elements of the list is 8 and here the list elements are printed. List elements are, and these are the elements. As you can see here, the elements are duplicate. So Santosh is duplicated here, since list can contain the duplicate elements. Now let's come to add all method. Add all method, it can be of two variant. One is without index based. So it takes, here it is taking one index and the one more collection. So this collection elements will get added to this particular name list add index 2. So here this is the first name list and here the index 2. From the index 2, this hello boys will get added. So index 2 means 0, 1 and 2. So Mahesh will get shifted to right side. As you can see, this Mahesh is shifted to the fourth index instead of second index. So here in between these two elements hello and boys came. Now let's say if you are not giving this index in this add all method, then what it will do, it will add these elements to the end of this particular list. Now let's see some more things. As I said, this list is an index based, so you can fetch the fifth element by using the get method. So just say first name list dot get the fifth element. So what is the fifth element? We can see here the fifth element is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fifth element is Santosh. As you will see here, the output is Santosh. Now let's come to one more method that is called the last index of. Last index of will return what is the latest occurrence of this particular object in this particular list. So what is the latest occurrence? Latest occurrence is here. So let's count what is the latest occurrence. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the latest or the last index of Santosh is 5. If you just use dot index of, then this will return the first occurrence number or first occurrence index of this particular object. So it should return 0. Let's just revert it back. Okay, now let's come to the iteration of the list. And this iteration using the for each loop, new for each loop and the iterator, this is pretty similar to the set collection, and I have explained about this particular thing in the set session video. Please, you can go through the last video. Now let's come to the contains method. So contains method will return whether this object is within this particular list or not. So it will return true or false, right? So Santosh is there in this particular list or not. So it will return, let's just go down. Here it is, list contain Santosh or not, true. And Ashish, since Ashish was not there, it is returning as false. I can show you here, Ashish is not there. Now there is something called list iterator. Apart from the iterator, there is one more special iterator for the list, that is called the list iterator. So how you can get the list iterator? You have to just invoke dot list iterator method on this particular reference variable. So it will return us the list iterator of string type, because we have defined the first name list as a list of string. Okay, so what is the difference between the list iterator and the iterator? Iterator only goes forward, so you can traverse the list only in a forward direction. List iterator gives us two-way traversal, that is, you can do the forward direction traversal as well as the reverse direction traversal using these particular methods: has next, has previous, next index and previous index, next and previous. These methods are the important methods which are used to traverse this list in the forward manner and in backward manner. So let's see the output of this one here. As you will see, index 0, what is the element? Santosh. Index 1, so it is printing all the indexes and the values. So let's just see the backward direction output. So here traversing the elements in the backward direction, and you will see here it is just starting from the index 8 and it is coming up to 0. Let's come down, and here I have defined one more list which I have utilized in this add all method. I will come later on, but before to that, let's just discuss about this particular method, sort method, in the collections class. So collections class is defined in java.util package, and this is one of the most utility class file for the collection framework, which we can manipulate the collection. So here the sort method is used to sort the elements in the first name list. Whatever the list are there, whatever the list contains are there, that will be sorted and it will be replaced, right? This particular list will be refreshed or replaced with the sorted list. So you will see the output after sorting the first name list is here, and it is sorted based on your alphabetical order. If it is, let's say, integer list, then it will be like ascending order. Now let's come to the contains all method in the list. So contains all, it specifies whether these list elements are present in the first name list or not. So in this list you will see here Santosh, Sophia and Mohit. It is there here in this particular first name list. Santosh, Sophia and okay, Mohit is not there. So This Mohit and YYY are not there, so it will return false. So here you will see, does first name list contains all the elements of second list? So it is coming as false. Now let's come to the add all method. So add all method is pretty similar to the add method. Add is just adding one element to this particular list. Add all method takes the collection which has to be added. Let's say this collection has some elements. So all these elements in this collection will be added to this particular list at the end of the current list. So what is the second list here? Santosh, Sophia, Mohit and YYY will be added in this particular list. So here you will see after Sophia, here you will see these four elements. As I told you, this list can contain the duplicate elements. So from here to here, this is the existing list, and after Sophia, this is appending the new list elements. So it is the union. Now there is one more method, that is retain all. Retain all is the intersection of the list, which will provide the common elements between the first and second name list. You can uncomment this one and try to run this. Later, the next one is remove all. So remove all will just remove all the elements whatever is there in this second name list from the first name list. So as you will see here, removing all the second name list contains this. That means what is there in second name list will be removed from this particular list. So you will see here Santosh, Sophia, Mohit and YYY will be removed from this particular list, and it will remove all the duplicate also. So you will not find any elements with Santosh, Sophia, Mohit and YYY. Okay, let's talk about one more method, that is the set method. Here we discussed about the get method. Get method returns the fifth index. Whatever you provide the index value, it will return. The set value, it will replace the value whatever it is there in the fifth position. Let's say fifth position, what is there? Let's see after running this one. So here the fifth element is Santosh. So if I'll just say the first name list dot set, I'll just pass 5 comma xxyy, then it will replace the Santosh value here in the fifth position, right? So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifth index will be replaced by the value xxyy. So what it will print here right now? It will print xxyy. Let's try to run. See here, the fifth element is xxyy. And the last index before we were replacing, actually here the Santosh value was replaced with xxyy. Actually this output was coming as 5. Now it is 0 because we have replaced with xxyy value. I hope this is clear. If any doubts are there, please mention in the comment box. I'll try to clarify it. And this code base I have uploaded in my GitHub link. You can go and try to download and test it. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned.